Keep exhaling. There you go. Deep breath in. There we go. You okay? Let this side go right here. There we go. There we go. A little more. You're going to be sore tomorrow morning. This is why I want you doing Epsom salt when you get home. Okay. Mamma mia.
I have an accident when I played jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
So I had a takedown and I fought on the floor. So
In March this year, or
last year.
or when did the fall happen?
Last year, like September, August, something like that.
Okay.
Start to burn a little bit. I take some medicines.
Okay.
Was okay. February, I had a big one. I fell.
Yes.
But I keep training. So it start burning here. But now it start on this place.
Okay.
So I went to another chiropractor.
Yes.
He fixed.
Yes.
But this like doesn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
The finish the fixed.
Yeah.
The pressure
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah.
But something is not done, completely done.
Okay. The nerves that come out of your lower neck are what go to your shoulder. So the lower neck, if you can sort of look at this picture over here, the nerves that leave your lower neck go to your shoulder.
Yes.
Pressure on the nerves as they exit on the side of your lower neck. So when you have an injury, when you have a fall, if this area of your neck is the loosest when you have a jiu-jitsu injury, you can injure the joint, which are these little knuckles in here. And you see how the knuckle, if that joint gets swollen, it pressures the nerve. Okay? So does it just stop in the shoulder, or did you have symptoms down in your arm?
It goes until here.
Burning, or numbness, or what? Shooting. Pinching nerve?
Yes.
Okay.
So I fall like this.
Yes.
So I hold my.
Correct.
and go like this.
Right. So when you land like that, the pressure goes up and
Yeah,
ends in your lower
exactly.
neck. So it's what we
I
call.
felt a shock, like,
Yes.
and
Sometime-
all white.
Sometimes football players, they call them stingers, but it's just you're hitting the nerve roots in your lower neck. My point is the alignment and the mobility of your spine before you have an injury determines where the force goes. So when you land, if this part of your neck is very loose and the alignment is incorrect, the force is not evenly distributed over all the segments. It all goes sort of into one spot. So your neck is supposed to be curved all the time. And that curve allows some weight sharing. If the neck is straight, all the pressure went down to your lower neck. And then, like I said, this area typically I find to be already sort of hypermobile or very loose. And so when you fall, so we don't want to put any heat on this. I hope we weren't told to put any heat on your lower neck. We want to ice that.
I did ice.
Good, okay, very good.
I have been doing ice every day.
Good, okay, so after the first 72 hours, ice doesn't do too much more, but initially you want to use ice on that to control the swelling in the lower neck. So sort of now, because we're 9 months, a year, close to a year after the injury, we have to address a couple things that can happen. One, your body starts to change your posture, trying to take pressure off that, and we have to get the alignment fixed and the mobility fixed. So your neck is designed to work. If you notice on this model, the first disc is right there at C2.
Yeah, I feel here very
Stiff.
Yeah.
Correct. And that needs to be addressed. And adjustments will get it moving, but if you don't restore that curve to the neck, it will just get tight again. And so there's the initial care that's needed, which is to restore the functionality of your upper neck, and then the long-term care, which is to teach you how to stretch that curve back in your neck and find somebody where you're from to help guide you continually in maintaining that arch. We're going to check the middle back, the upper neck, sort of all the other areas to make sure.
Yeah, in like 5-6 years ago, I had here, how do you call when this place goes?
Disc bulge.
Yeah, I had this thing.
Right.
So, but
anything going down?
Not never, but like sometimes I feel like pinching.
Right.
A day, I take a medicine, it's okay.
Right. We got to be careful with the medicine because the medicine
Yeah, just
takes
hide.
the symptoms.
Yeah.
Like if you have a hot stove and you put your hand on a hot stove and you take medicine to keep it there, the damage gets bigger.
Yes.
So I know the inflammation is demonized, but the inflammation is trying to repair the tissue that's damaged. Let me have you start on your back. Keep exhaling. There you go. Deep breath in. Exhale. Yeah, no movement there. I got you. Exhale. Wow, total lock up there. So we have to loosen not only your upper neck, but your upper back to take pressure off your lower neck. Your pain is coming from a lower neck sprain, inflammation, pressure on those nerves. I'm gonna go very gentle as best I can. Here we go. I got you. Let this go. There we go. I'm gonna go start off easy. There we go. There we go. You okay?
Yeah.
All right, good. Just rub for a second. Okay.
Now when you did this
Yes.
one, I felt on the shoulder.
In the shoulder, yep. What happens is your lower neck is so loose that it moves in concert with your upper neck. It doesn't move independently. So it's not good. That's not good that you feel it in your shoulder when we adjust your atlas, but it happens. Yeah, it's just you got bricks up here, just right there. This is where he's tight. Right there is where it's just bound up, and your neck is about 60% of the work of your neck should happen just in your upper neck, and not just 60%, but the first 60%. So you shouldn't be able to sprain your lower neck without spraining your upper neck. The lower neck should only be able to be injured after your upper neck has fully injured or has been fully mobilized. So all we have to do is stop bending at the lower neck, and it's not something that you can consciously do. It just has to be, it's a volunteer structure. It just has to function, and it's almost like a tooth in your mouth. How do you fix a cracked tooth? Well, my message is stop chewing on it. You have other teeth in your mouth that are not injured that we have to learn how to start chewing on, and you have habits whereby you even before you had this injury, your lower neck was the primary bender. There we go. And we have to loosen. I call this coercion. We start off easy, and then we have to loosen that up there. You notice that your right, this is not as tight over here. Do you notice this is looser? Can you feel the difference?
Yes, it's a
So, yeah,
more soft.
It's softer.
Yeah.
Yes. What that means is that your right side is
It's
stiffer.
confessed, yeah.
Yeah, more duro. And then the left side is super suave. And the abuse is happening on the left lower because the right upper is the most stiff part of your spine. And you'll see, I'm not going to spend as much time on the left side of your neck as the right, and you're going to go, why'd you rub the right side more than the left?
Mm-hmm.
It's because the left is complying and the right side is
Supporting, right?
is stiffer. Yeah, and we have to balance your spine. Yeah, this is actually not too stiff over here. Your neck doesn't mind. Does that make sense? Your neck actually really likes to tilt left here. Notice that, see?
Yeah.
Easily. No resistance tilting that way. But there's there.
Yeah. Right.
It just, it's pretty stiff over here. There's still a lot more mobility. You gotta stop sleeping on your left side. Try to get off that left side. Your neck favors tilting to the left, and that's part of why you're pinching the left side as you're abusing it. We have to try to transfer some of the burden to the right upper part of your neck, and then also what we checked with that sort of hug adjustment, your upper back is really stiff, so we need your upper thoracic vertebrae contributing and working alongside. All right. There we go. All right, gonna go one more time. Here we go. Here we go. I got you. Let this side go right here. There we go. There we go. A little more. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. There we go. If I'm going too much, let me know, okay? I'm going to try to go as deep as you can handle, but I don't need to. This doesn't need to be Guantanamo Bay torture. I try to take each patient to the edge of what they can handle. So the gua sha is a way of speeding up the replacement of the tissue. The blood is what brings nutrients in, takes the waste out. Sometimes these areas that are injured have become so stiff and tight that they've sequestered themselves off. They aren't getting good circulation. So we're trying to unbind, unglue. The oil comes from your blood kind of idea. It's what loosens up the tissue. And when these areas get stiffened up, it's not your fault, they just don't bend. And so because this area right there is not bending, the joint underneath here, when we have an injury, the muscles try to guard the joint. So even before you had this injury last year, there was an injury to this joint 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and this joint quit on you, puts you in a position whereby another part of your spine was overworking, and then any trauma gets sent and harnessed into that area. There we go. So the mark is never normal. That mark only comes out because there's lactic acid and toxins in there, things that have been trapped. You're doing great. Exhale. All right, other side for me, other side. Exhale. There we go. There we go. Get the idea? We're trying to adjust the SI joint, leave this alone, you understand? So nobody touches your lower back. We just adjust here and then up here.
Okay.
So we're gonna have you sit for me. Pain, yeah. Right. So the nerves that leave your lower neck go right through here. Let your head go back for me a little bit. Tilt. Keep going. See how this is where his neck folds, right there in the lower neck. You look straight forward. Look straight forward. This is where your neck likes to bend. It's where the skin folds. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Is where the vertebrae underneath are folding. So we need to make it sort of fold like a postcard. You like to fold the postcard over and over again here, and the postcard's starting to get inflamed and it wants to tear. We're trying to get it to fold up here, and you don't fold in here.
Yes.
Your back doesn't bend in here. So my point is that your lower neck isn't doing anything wrong. It's not diseased. It's not broken. It's just abused.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So it's an important distinguishment because we are constantly being told that the inflammation in the area has to be addressed with anti-inflammation, and I don't know how that can be possible or long-term successful because the inflammation is happening because of repetitive trauma. So the nerves are traveling through this inflammation. So part of symptom relief is we're going to clean up the area that the nerves are sitting in and then mechanically loosen the areas around, and that's how we're going to get you some relief. But we're going to use ice. No ice packs are useless. I want ice cube. Okay, so if you're using an ice pack, it's not going deep enough. We need a melting ice cube.
Okay.
Circular massage right where the pain is, and that should bring the pain down a few notches. The ice pack only goes about a ½ inch, maybe an inch down, but you're not getting down to the nerve root and the spinal cord. Does that make sense? So a bag of peas or a bag of ice is not really that effective. We have to get deeper, and that's with a melting ice cube. Hold it with a paper towel,
okay,
or and circular massage. So I'm not really going to gua sha over that area too much because it's already inflamed in there. I'm not trying to inflame it more. We're trying to work the areas around it. What you're seeing is the acidity. Mm-hmm. This is the toxins that have been trapped in here. You're doing great. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Should be good. All right. We're going to work that face down. So we're going to go face down. All Yeah, just very rigid in here. It is just, I know. It needs time. And the rigidity in here is why you won't have any disc injuries here. He'll have all his disc injuries at the bottom. All right, here we go. Here we go. An adjustment by itself is not enough to get this moving. We have to, it's like a bolt on a car. If you can't get a bolt in the car to turn, sometimes you have to get some penetrating oil, you know, and let the bolt sit in oil for a little bit to get it to turn. And, you know, you have to have some deep tissue work to make this happen at a more realistic pace. You know, just total lock in here. I mean, I thought the left side was bad, but can you see that it's even worse on this right side? You've got it really locked down over here. There's a bigger, feel that?
Yes.
There's a bigger lump on the right side. Your problem is really more on the right. This stiffness that's vast on your right. Okay. That's the whole thing.
Yes.
When did this happen? Something.
Sometime,
Teenage.
Something.
Some injury. It's like multiple speed bumps on the highway. It's not normal. Right there. That's round one. We'll come back.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God.
Right there. Mm-hmm.
Ay. Ay.
Mm-hmm.
Ay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ay.
Right there.
Ay.
Okay, take a break. Take a break.
This is the muscle or tendon?
Well,
Like,
it's the muscles on top are tight, but really it's the joints underneath
the joint.
that are the problem. The mobility of the joint creates a self-cleaning action. When the joints don't move, the internal, tissue cannot clean itself, so that it becomes sore, bruised, toxins build up the shaw. So I call this like the demo phase. We have to clean your spine first, and then we can start remodeling it. You can't reshape hard clay. You have to first soften the clay, and then we can begin reshaping it. I believe at least half of symptoms come from the soft tissue, just the tenderness in the tissue. And just by cleaning the soft tissue out, a lot of the symptom can be reduced. Now, if we don't fix the posture or improve the mobility, do you understand? Just soft tissue work doesn't last very long, right? So after we get everything cleaned, the next conversation is how do I keep it clean? There are things that we can do to help maintain the spine's, I call it cleanliness, but basically so it's not bruised and sore and filled with lactic acid. Mm-hmm. You're going to be sore tomorrow morning. This is why I want you doing Epsom salt when you get home. You can do one of two ways. One, like a bathtub, a couple cups of salt into a bathtub, minimal amount of water, and you soak for about 15 minutes. Then fill the tub up and rinse yourself off. Or you can take like a cup of water, some Epsom salt in the cup. You get in the shower, you scoop some of that salt out and you rub it right over the areas that are sore, and then you take a towel that's wet and soaked in the salt water and you place it over the area. I would do it right here in your lower neck and shoulder, like Epsom salt compress, like almost like you put a scarf around your neck. There we go, a little softer now. It's getting there. like your left side's getting soft quickly. I suspect the right side's gonna be more resistant. You feel a difference now?
Yeah.
Actually, it's like doesn't
Yeah.
feel like I'm
Like
running.
soft- like
Doesn't feel like I'm running my elbow on concrete anymore.
Yeah.
It's getting softer, more pliable. There we go. There you go.
Ooh. Oh.
Nothing to see here, Ed. Nothing.
Ah.
Got a nice injury in there too. Phew. Yeah, injury. Yeah, right here. See, this side's is okay, and then right.
Yes.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Oh. Oof.
What in the world you doing here?
This is muscle.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
you torn it.
Looks like a vein.
No, it's boop. There's a knot
Oh my god.
there. It's like a gristle.
Ah.
It's like a tangle in your hair. You know, the hair is supposed to be combable and no restriction, and then it gets injured and it heals tangled. And you have to sort of comb it again and reorganize it. Yeah, it's too tight. Too much restriction in here.
Ooh. Same thing, same.
Not as bad, but yeah, it's definitely
The other side is bad.
left
Is
side's
worse.
worse. Yeah, the left side's worse. There's definitely some injury in here on both sides of your calves. Right there. Here it comes.
Oh my god.
Right there it is.
Ay. Caramba.
All right, here we go. There we go. There it is. Hey, bone move. Breathe. Just takes time. It's taken decades to get very stiff in here. It takes time to unglue it. Okay. Take a breather. Take good. There you go. Yep. There you go. Good. And then you move down 1 inch. Yep. And then if your bottom comes off the ground, you're too low. So you're going to end about here. Get the idea?
I stop it there.
Yes. So never down at the bottom. We're going to stop. We call it the thoracolumbar junction, L1. T12, L1.
Uh-huh.
The end of your thoracic cage is where we're aiming.